In the series of C programming, hello friends, in the series of C programming, in last previous video we discussed basics of functions like what is the definition of functions, why we use a function, what is the need to use a functions, and what are the basic two types of function, that is nothing but library functions and user defined function. Now today, let's see details of functions. Today, we are going to discuss in this video some function terminology. While we are using a function in our C programming, we must know some things like what is function declaration, how to declare function, function definition, and function call. So let's start. Now in last video we know the definition of function. What is mean by function? So function is nothing but a group of statement, or you can say that it is a set of statement or block of statement. Now these statements or this group of statement takes some inputs and it performs some operation or it performs some tasks and it produces result or it returns some result. That is nothing but the function. Now while we are using a function, we must be declare function, we define function, and we call the function. Now here let's consider this example. This is an integer, sum is the function name. Now inside this function name I take two argument, that is int a and int b. Now here I return a plus b, or I return something. Let's consider it returns integer, so that's why I return, or its return type becomes the integer. Now function is, we know that the block of statement, and the main advantage of the function is nothing but the reusability, or this same code or this same statement I can reuse it. Now you might be asked that the same things, or in C programming we can write the same code by using loops also, like for loop, while loop, etc. But why we use a function? Because C programming is always written in the sequence manner or in order. But while we are using a loops, the sequence matter, or it becomes easy for loops while we are writing a code in sequence. But if our programming coding or if our program statements are not in a sequence manner, or it can be written as a randomly, so in that case the function is easy. That is the basic difference between the loop and the function. Now while we are talking about the function, or while we are using a function, we must have to declare a function. So let's first understand what is mean by function declaration. Now here the function declarations, that is we have to declare function before using, or before using anything in C programming you have to declare it. So it can be a variable, maybe it can be a function. Now how to declare it? It declare like, or there is a syntax to declare a function like, or it looks like return type, or it's a return data types, name of the function, and we have to pass the parameter. Now in this example here, int sum, and I pass the two parameters, int a and int b. That is, it have the two variable. This is called as a function declaration, and the statement is always ending with the semicolon. So before using a function or before using any variable or function, it must be declared, or it must be present at the top of the file. That is also called as a function prototype. Now what is function prototype? The declaration of function before using the program is nothing but the function prototype. So we must have to give the prototype or declaration before using. Now the function declaration tells the compiler how many parameters a function takes. That is, here in this example I taken the two parameters a and b. What kind of parameter it return and what type of data it takes. So it takes integer type of data and it return or return type is nothing but the integer. So this is nothing but the function declaration. Now after declaration you can define a function anywhere in the file. So let's understand what is mean by function definition. Function definition consists function header and function body. Now this is the syntax of function definition: return type, function name, parameter, and what you have to define, you have to write inside the curly bracket, that is nothing but the block of statement or body of the function. Now after declaration, you define a function in a file or in a program anywhere. You can define it either beginning or after main or at the ending of main. Now let's understand it with the example. Now here I return a function name as a sum. Now sum is my function name. I pass the two parameters a and b and return type is the int, and I return something, that is a plus b, and a plus b result is going to return. Now the particular part, whatever we return inside the curly bracket, is nothing but the function definition. Is nothing but the function definition. Now function definition consists what? It consists header and function body, and function body contains the actual statement or block of statement or code to be executed whenever the function is called. Now this block of statement is going to executed whenever the function is called. Now let's understand what is mean by function called. Now here again let's consider the same example. Now what is function calling? Now let's see. Inside this main I return sum of, I taken the one variable int add is equal to sum of 10, 30. Now I call the function somewhere inside main only, and you can call directly by name and passing the parameters. Now parameter can be passed by two ways, that is call by value, call by reference, that we'll going to discuss in next video. But right now you just remember that inside main you can call it as a call by value. Now here I call the function, and this particular line is nothing but the calling a function or function call. And when the compiler encounter a function call statement, that is this line, the control will transfer to the called function. That is, the control will going to transfer to the called function. That is, it transfer or jumps to the function. Now the body contained inside the function, that is, it's an actual statement or code to be executed whenever the function is called, and it returns the value, that is a plus b. Now when I call the function, the control immediately will jump to the definition part and it executes all statement and returns a result. So you had understand that basics, that is this line is nothing but the function declaration, this particular line is nothing but the function call, and this part is nothing but the function definition. So this is all about the function call, function definition and function declaration. In next video we are going to discuss what kind of parameters we are passing, that is how we are passing the parameter, that is call by value and call by reference. Thank you.